What do you feel about what is supply, what is demand, or equilibrium overall? All right, I'll say it.
Hello.
So,
Yeah,
huh,
so supply is what what the customer supplies, how much the material is available in the market, and demand is how many customers want it, how many customers want those materials or those materials or services. And equilibrium is that point where the demand and supply are equal to each other. So the prices and quantity are they balance each other. So the amount of goods that are being created or being supplied to the market and the amount that is being demanded are equal. So that point is equilibrium.
right, very well said, Aryan. So, almost in the similar lines, what Aryan just said, उसी पे continuing. So, what happens is कि economics में there are two basic principles, law of demand and law of supply. So, law of demand का पहले I'll state the line. So, law of demand states that the quantity demanded of a good shows an inverse relationship with the price of good when other factors are held constant. So, what natural सा इस पे एक like example भी है कि when there is a lot of when there's scarcity of ice cream, let's suppose you like ice cream a lot. So अगर market में ice cream बहुत ज़्यादा sell हो रही है, that means कि अगर बहुत ज़्यादा ही ice cream है, then you have an option कि जो cheaper बेचेगा उसको तुम उसके पास जाके switch कर सकते हो, assuming कि सारी ice cream same है in the market. So when this kind of scenario happens, कि when you are to purchase ice cream and there are similar goods and there are a lot of ice creams out there, so you tend to purchase things that are cheaper. So that shows a relation. कि if there is a lot of demand, there is a lot of there's lot of items, like there's a lot of quantity in the market, then the price goes cheap. And if the quantity is less, so let's suppose अगर आइसक्रीम मार्केट में कम ही है, लाइक बहुत कम अमाउंट में सेल हो रही है, तो उसकी प्राइस बहुत हाई होगी बिकॉज काफी लोग होंगे उसको खरीदने के लिए. तो दैट इज हाउ entire economics also works. तो businesses भी ऐसे ही work करते हैं. कोई भी चीज ऐसे ही sell होती है कि उसकी demand क्या है, फिर उसका supply क्या है. तो there is a law of demand and then there is law of supply. कि law of supply assumes कि बाकी सब constant है. An increase in price of goods will result in corresponding direct increase in the supply thereafter. The law works similarly with decrease in prices. So let's explain it all like graphically for a better understanding. So what happens is the demand curve is always downward sloping because as the law of demand states कि demand is negative in inverse relationship with quantity. कि अगर price ज्यादा होगी तो quantity कम sell होगी, अगर quantity कम होगी तो price ज्यादा होगी. That is what the law of demand states. And the law of supplies goes with a linear relationship, positive linear relationship, wherein कि जितना price है उस पे quantity, अगर quantity ज्यादा है तो price ज्यादा करेंगे. So that is what the law of supply states. And the intersection between the demand curve and the supply curve is what is equilibrium. So why is it important for us to understand equilibrium is because कि equilibrium is the point wherein market में there is this exact like perfect thing कि जितना demand है उतना ही supply है. तो जो उसका price है that is not even too above or not even too below. Like अगर आप इस point से ऊपर जाते हो, let's suppose you go to this point, and if you go to this point, so this point पे the thing is कि the supply, as per supply curve, the supply is more and quantity is more, but the demand is less. Demand curve is going downward. तो इसलिए demand कम है तो price ज़्यादा होगा. So this is not a good point to be in. कि for suppliers, for like even the suppliers are supplying more, उनके quantity का price वो ज़्यादा charge कर रहे हैं, but लोग लेने के लिए नहीं है ready उनसे चीज़ें, because उस चीज़ का demand कम है. And on a contrary, if you go to this point, at this point, the quantity is less and the price is also less, but the demand is high. So overall, the price will go up. So equilibrium is that perfect point wherein the price and the quantity both balances each other, and it's not too above of the margin and not too below. It's like the exact quantity and exact price that is there in the market. So that is what supply demand curve in economics explains, and उस हिसाब से there are a lot of things happen कि pricing भी फिर उस हिसाब से ही करनी पड़ती है, so that you are not in loss, so that you do not incur in loss, and overall तुम्हारा quantity भी surplus में नहीं बचे. Like even if you are a supplier, तो उसमें there are two perspectives. There's a producer perspective and there's a consumer perspective. तो उसके perspective से the curves change, the things change. So overall, that is what the supply, demand, and equilibrium tells us about the market. Okay. Moving on with the next concept, price elasticity. This is yet another very important concept in economics. इसमें क्या होता है कि this is a concept that tells you कि तुम्हारे लिए what is your perspective to things that are changing. So price elasticity refers to how the quantity demanded or supplied of a good changes when its price changes. In other words, it measures how much people react to change in the price of an item. Let's suppose very basic example कि you all like must drive some sort of vehicle. So कोई एक्टिवा चला रहा होगा, somebody of you might be driving car. So if petrol prices or diesel prices today increases, does that mean कि तुम उसको buy करना छोड़ दोगे? No, right? Because that is an essential. Even if the price goes up or goes down, you will not be very hesitant to buy it because you know that it's a necessity. Even if the price goes up, I will have to buy it, regardless whatever happens. Similarly, like that is your tendency to be inelastic. In that scenarios, you are inelastic. So even if there is a drastic change in price, if you can see through the graph as well, so even if there is a drastic change in price, the delta P is very high. The quantity that changed is very less. So you are very unaffected with the price changes because that is an essential that you're talking about. Whereas, let's suppose it's a luxury item. Let's suppose you are buying a house or a car. So in that case, if the price of a car increases from 10 lakh to 20 lakh, then in that case, you will rethink your idea. You will rethink the entire thing. Okay, do I need to buy this item right now? You will rethink it because that is not an essential to you. So the price change will affect you in a large manner, will affect your decision to buy a thing or not to buy a thing. So that in that case, you're elastic to that thing. Elastic means yeah, you're not affected whether the price is up or down, whether the price goes elastic is when you are affected whether the price goes up or down. In inelastic, you are not affected. So here in the graph also you can see okay, if there is a lot of price change, even if there is a small price change, the quantity demanded changes by a lot because you it's not an essential for you. You will like तुम चला लोगे उस item के बिना. You will carry on with your life. That item does not impact you that much as petrol did to you or as like very essential sugar. If let's suppose vegetables get expensive today, that does not mean कि तुम उसको खरीदना छोड़ दोगे. You will still buy vegetables because you need to eat healthy food, you need food to eat. So you will still buy things. But in luxury items, let's suppose ice cream or waffles or pancakes, like I like desserts. So if that things happens, so I might cut down on things because that is also not an essential to me. Apart from it, there are two more graphs that are perfectly inelastic, perfectly elastic. Perfectly inelastic matlab you are not at all bothered. Petrol, diesel में तो you'll still think कि मैं थोड़ा सा कम drive करूंगी, I'll walk to distances where I can. But perfectly inelastic matlab it's an essential. You look, the price change cannot hamper quantity at all. So that is the case when perfectly inelastic graph exists. And in perfectly elastic graphs, the price change can hamper quantity, like the quantity change cannot hamper the price. So price stays the same and the quantity decreases, but price will always stay the same. And in unit elastic, it's a linear relationship. So it's like you jitna price बढ़ेगा उतना quantity बढ़ेगा. It's linearly related. So these are the five kinds of cases that happens in price elasticity. I hope I was clear. किसी को कोई doubt है? Anybody wants to ask anything about it? Yeah. I'm audible, right? Okay. So moving forward to behavioral economics. We'll keep it here. Yeah. This is a very good concept. Matlab, this concept is something that I like very much in particular because there are economic theories कि there are some logical choices that people make कि supply बढ़ रहा होगा तो demand कम हो जाएगा, demand कम होगा तो supply ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. There are a lot of things in economics that are rationally like linked कि लोगों का rational behavior हम economics से link करते हैं. But there are some things that are not defined by rationals. There are sometimes people make choices दैट आर irrational. मतलब जो ह्यूमन टेंडेंसीज होती है कि आप हर चीज रियल वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो में अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते. इकोनॉमिक्स इज अ वेरी गुड कंसेप्ट एंड इट्स एप्लीकेबल मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स. बट काफी बार लोगों के डिसीजंस मेक यू क्वेश्चन कि ये तो इकोनॉमिक थ्योरी फॉलो नहीं कर रहा बट स्टिल पीपल आर डूइंग लाइक दिस. लेट्स सपोज जैसे अब आइसक्रीम का ही अगर हम एग्जांपल ले लें तो इफ आइसक्रीम इज सोल्ड लाइक एट 2 रुपीज 3 रुपीज जो जो यूजुअली यूज टू सेल एट अराउंड 20-25 रुपीज. अगर 25 रुपीज का कोन आ रहा था एंड सडनली दैट कोन कम्स टू यू एट रुपीज 2 or 3, would you still buy it? लाइक विल इट नॉट मेक यू थिंक कि क्या इसकी क्वालिटी खराब हो गई होगी? बिकॉज इनकी 2 रुपए की कॉस्टिंग तो आ ही नहीं सकती, तो हाउ आर दे सेलिंग इट एट रुपीज 2? So even if the price decreased very much, you still will not end up buying more and more because you will think about a situation कि if they are selling this thing at this low price, it means कि कुछ तो इसमें लोचा होगा, कुछ तो इसमें झोल होगा. That is why they are selling it at this low price. तो these are some things that make you not work in the direction of economics wala perspective. So these are some cases that happens. So in that case, people worked on it कि क्या scenario लोग क्यों rationally behave नहीं कर रहे हैं, and that is where the concept of behavioral economics came up with. So I'll also make you guys feel with this thing. So let's start with framing effect first. I need a whole pool of people who will buy if at all. अगर तुम्हें दिया हो कि एक चीज 20% फैट है और 80% फैट फ्री है, तुम कौन सी चीज लेना प्रेफर करोगे? Like, guys, what will you prefer? Will you prefer an item that is 80% fat free or 20% fat? What kind of marketing would you prefer? बताओ.
Technically, both of them are same, but most people will go for the which indicates the positive, which is written in a positive note. So most people will go with that.
Right. Because सेम ही चीज है बट इट्स द फ्रेमिंग इफेक्ट कि इफ आई टेल यू कि इसमें 80% फैट फ्री है तो तुम यू विल टेंड टू लाइक दैट आइडिया बेटर. लेट्स सपोज दूसरा एग्जांपल. इफ देयर इज रिटन कि बाय वन गेट वन फ्री एंड एक जगह लिखा है कि इफ यू बाय टू प्रोडक्ट्स देयर इज 50% ऑफ. तो what will you buy? Like what will be your tendency to like purchase first? बताओ. Yes, buy one get one. जबकि technically both of the things are same कि buy one get one free पे basically यही है कि दूसरा item तुम्हें free मिल रहा है तो 50% discount on both items. But if it's marketed that way कि you are getting buy one get one free, तो your mind tends to move to that idea. So that is what is framing effect all about. कि people frame things in marketing and that is what works out for them. उसकी लाइक सिमिलर कॉन्सेप्ट है इसकी चीजों पे कि लॉस अवर्जन. लेट्स सपोज कि मैं तुम्हें ऑप्शन देती हूँ कि लेट्स प्ले लाइक इफ वी आर टू गैम्बल एंड गैम्बलिंग में ऑप्शन है कि आई विल गिव यू $50 राइट नाउ. ऑप्शन वन कि गिविंग यू $50 राइट नाउ. एंड ऑप्शन टू is giving you either option two is you toss a coin. If it turns out to be head, you will get $100, and if it turns out to be tail, you will get zero. So will you gamble or will you take 50? Tell me, will you gamble the money or will you take that $50?
Take the $50 because then the probability of losing is also there.
Right. Yeah. So that is what that means is that your loss, that is loss aversion, and it's very obvious human nature, right? With it happens. Ki, why do I take a just like risk at all if I have an option to take 50 directly? But if you win, like if you take risk, you have a chance of winning 100. But still, you people are risk averse and they will prefer to take a $50 rupees instead. So that is what is linked with behavioral part of people. Okay, this is what behavioral economics is about. कि लोगों के behaviors change and वो like economics को follow नहीं कर रहे होते, very obvious. क्योंकि अगर हम economics perspective से देखें तो 100 + 0/2 मतलब average और तो $50 ही मिल रहा है तुम्हें, but still you will prefer an option that gives you direct 50 rupees. तो you are loss averse to think. Even ऐसा भी होता है ना कि काफी बार इफ आई टेल यू लाइक एक बहुत केस स्टडी करा था लोगों ने एम्प्लॉयज पे, तो देर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज. एक एम्प्लॉय को बोला था दिस टू लेट्स टेक 2 केसेस. तो एक एम्प्लॉय को बोला था कि यू विल बी गिवन बोनस बेस्ड ऑन योर वर्क फॉर द एंटायर वीक. इफ यू डू अ वेरी गुड वर्क यू विल वी विल गिव यू 100 rupees एज अ बोनस. एंड इन द अदर केस द कंपनी सेड कि हम आपको 100 rupees आज ही दे रहे हैं, बट इफ यू डोंट परफॉर्म नाइसली वील टेक दैट 100 rupees फ्रॉम यू एट द एंड ऑफ द वीक. सो द एम्प्लॉयज जिनसे 100 rupees लेने का चीज था, दे परफॉर्म्ड रियली गुड. बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली बात है क्योंकि उनको एक लॉस का सेंस होने लगा कि इफ यू डोंट परफॉर्म गुड वी विल लूज आउट ऑन 100 rupees दैट वी वर गिवन एज बोनस. वाइल द पीपल जिनको ऑप्शन था कि वी विल गिव यू 100 इफ यू वर्क गुड, दे वर स्टिल वर्किंग कैजुअली बिकॉज उनसे कुछ लॉस नहीं हो रहा था, दे वर जस्ट गेनिंग समथिंग. बट द पीपल हु वर लूजिंग समथिंग, they were very ऐसे hesitant and they worked really hard for things. So that is what how basic human psychology works, and it's a very fascinating concept if you all want to deep dive into it. So like people in marketing, people everywhere kind of use this concepts every day on us. अपन को realize भी नहीं होता, but these things work very efficiently in the market. Yeah. Moving forward, time value of money. ये भी is a very interesting concept कि money today is worth more than money in the future. Did किसी like किसी को पता है इसके बारे में? Does anyone want to share something about it? कि why is money worth today more than money in the future?
So it's like a basic concept in economics. If I have 100 rupees today, and if I put that in bank, it will be only, I'll get only certain percent on it based on the equivalent money कि उसका 100 rupees future में क्या होगा. But there is a good chance it will buy me lesser products and it will lose its value. So we calculate it in reverse to see what will be the actual money value and what will be the investment gain on it.
Correct. Like very well said. तो यही चीज होती है कि money ऐसे भी like if you have 100 rupees today, so you have two options. Either to keep it, like ऐसे तुमने अपने पिगी बैंक में डाल के रख दिया. You did not use it. You did nothing to that money. And there's an option too that you invest it. या तुम like उसको कहीं utilize कर लो. तो उसका वैल्यू फ्यूचर में ज्यादा लाइक जो मनी तुमने आज डाल दिया अपने पिगी बैंक में, वो मनी तो डेप्रिशिएट ही हुआ, उसका कुछ इंक्रीज नहीं हुआ. लाइक कंपेयर टू द मनी इफ यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड दैट मनी, लाइक अगर सेम टाइम में अगर तुम्हारे पास दो ऑप्शन थे कि तुम इन्वेस्ट कर देते या तुम उसको अपने पिगी बैंक में ही रख देते, तो इन्वेस्टमेंट वाले मनी का वैल्यू वुड हैव इंक्रीज्ड. पिगी बैंक वाले मनी पिगी बैंक में जो मनी डाला था उसका वैल्यू डिक्रीज ही होगा. बिकॉज क्योंकि बाय द टाइम 1 year डाउन द लाइन द इन्वेस्टमेंट वाला मनी विल गिव यू सम इंटरेस्ट का मतलब कुछ रेट ऑफ रिटर्न से तुम्हें उसके पैसे मिलेंगे. तो अगर 100 इन्वेस्ट किए थे तो यू माइट गेट 110 इफ एट 10% रेट पे हो रहा. बट द मनी दैट वेंट इन योर पिगी बैंक, इट विल नॉट बी गिवन लाइक वो 100 का 100 ही रहेगा. एंड इनफैक्ट वो 100 से कम भी हो सकता है इफ इन्फ्लेशन आ रहा हो. इफ 5 years के लिए तुमने वो 100 rupees अंदर ही रखे हुए पिगी बैंक में, तो इन्फ्लेशन की वजह से योर मनी विल गो डाउन साइड लाइक डाउन हिल. So it's always so that is what the concept of money is all about. Ki the time value of money principle states that the money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future because it can grow through investment and its purchasing power is eroded by inflation over time. So उसके लिए there are some mathematical formulas that are connected. So there is a future value of money. अगर तुम्हें future value of money निकालनी है तो तुम present value को multiplied by किस rate पे तुम्हें उस money grow होगा. तुम एक rate assume कर रहे हो. अगर तुम बैंक को दे रहे हो तो तुम्हें एक standard rate of interest से money मिलेगा. तो उस rate से तुम multiply करते हो तो तुम्हें future value of money पता चलता है. And अगर तुम्हें future value of money का present value निकालना हो, let's suppose I say कि I will give you either I give you $100 today or give you $100 in 2 years or give you $200 in 2 years. So अगर तुम $200 का प्रेजेंट वैल्यू निकालोगे मैथमेटिकली तो तुम इधर फ्यूचर वैल्यू में 200 लिखोगे 1 + 1/n जितने ईयर्स पे है, और इस फॉर्मूला पे व्हेन यू पुट द वैल्यू तो तुम्हें पता चलेगा कि वो $200 का प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इज 165 rupees अराउंड. सो वो 100 से ज्यादा है, तो तुम्हारे लिए सही बेट क्या होगा? टू टेक 200 इन फ्यूचर, बिकॉज वो तुम्हारे आज प्रेजेंट जो तुम्हें 100 मिल रहा है उससे ज्यादा है, मतलब उस $200 का प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इज ग्रेटर देन द अमाउंट दैट आई एम गिविंग यू, ₹100 टुडे। तो दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट अगेन। सो दैट इज हाउ लाइक लेंडिंग एंड जब भी तुम्हें लेंड करना हो, इंटरेस्ट करना हो, तो तुम कैलकुलेट करते हो ये सब चीजें, एंड इट हेल्प्स यू इन दैट मैनर। आई होप आई एम क्लियर अबाउट इट। Is everyone like, did everyone understand what I meant? Yeah. So, yes. Moving forward, market structure. This is also a very, very nice concept. Like economics in general is a very, I feel, very interesting thing to think. Durkesh, you have something to say? Yeah. Economics in general is a very interesting concept, and it's like ये हर जगह apply होता है, and it's very fascinating to learn about different things. So moving forward with the market structure. So what happens in market structure is कि there are four types of markets. One is monopolistic market, other is oligopoly market, the third one is perfect competition market, and the fourth one is monopolistic market. किसी को बताना है about this thing? That does anybody want to like volunteer about this market structure thing? I just want that you all also interact and have it does not sound like a one-way session. All right, it's okay. So let's start with what does monopoly market mean? So when like there are two criterias, that are the products differentiated and how many producers are there. So if your product is same, like if the product is not different and if there is only one producer, then that producer is in monopoly. मतलब एक ही product है and एक ही जना बेच रहा है उसको। तो ऑब्वियसली बात है कि उसका ही मोनोपोली चलेगा। इफ द पर्सन डिसाइड्स कि मैं इस प्रोडक्ट को 100 पे बेचूंगा, देन ऑल्सो यू विल हैव टू बाय दैट प्रोडक्ट। एंड इफ द पर्सन डिसाइड्स कि मैं इस प्रोडक्ट को 10,000 पे बेचूंगा, देन ऑल्सो यू विल हैव टू बाय दैट प्रोडक्ट, बिकॉज कि वो प्रोडक्ट is a unique product because the product is not differentiated and there is only one supplier in the market. There is only one producer who produces that product. So that producer is a monopoly producer because he decides whatever he wants to charge you with it. So that is the case of monopoly market. And in monopoly market, there cannot be different products. Obviously बात है अगर different products हो गए and एक ही product एक ही person different product क्यों बनाएगा? अगर like if there's only one person, तो अगर same kind of strawberries ही अगर उसको बेचनी है, तो वो strawberries में variants तो create नहीं करेगा, तो product differentiate नहीं हो सकता in sense में, तो that is why it's not applicable that one producer produces different products differentiated different products. Then there is oligopoly. Oligopoly mein what happens is कि there are few producers, few as in 2 to 3 producers, 3 to 4 producers, not many producers, and उनके product differentiated है भी या नहीं भी, that does not matter. तो वो एक oligopoly market है कि 3-4 लोग बेच रहे हैं। This situation can happen in agriculture. So agriculture में like wheat है, तो wheat बनाने वाले बस 3-4 लोग farmers होंगे and उनके products differentiate हो या नहीं हो, but वो ज्यादा प्राइस सेट नहीं कर पाएंगे मार्केट के लिए क्योंकि वीट का एक स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस होगा। ये भी एक डेफिनेशन होती है कि देयर इज अ स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस इन्वॉल्व्ड इन ऑलिगोपोली कि जिस प्राइस पे सब बेच रहे हैं तुम उसमें बहुत ज्यादा ऊपर नीचे नहीं कर सकते। सो तो बिकॉज प्रोडक्ट्स इतने ज्यादा डिफरेंशिएटेड नहीं है और प्रोड्यूसर्स भी है, अनलाइक मोनोपोली में द प्रोड्यूसर हैड दिस पावर कि वो चाहे तो उसको 10,000 पे भी बेच सकता है बिकॉज ही इज दैट ओनली वन प्रोड्यूसर। While in oligopoly, there are 2-3 options for you. So the producers also like this sell very smartly. वो फिर आपस में ही like एक जैसे वेजिटेबल मार्केट होता है, गोल्ड मार्केट भी हो सकता है। गोल्ड मार्केट में like देर 2-3 प्रोड्यूसर्स है, तो वो ज्यादा चेंज नहीं करता है प्राइस को। Then there is perfect competition. Perfect competition में क्या होता है कि there are many producers and there's no product differentiation. मतलब सभी producers strawberries ही बेच रहे हैं। There are like 10 to 12 producers जो strawberries ही बेच रहे हैं। उनमें तो like in that case the market is a perfect competition market, and in such scenarios like there's no scope of price change at all. Like oligopoly में फिर भी आप थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे कर सकते थे, but perfect competition में तो आप कर ही नहीं सकते because there are many producers, and कोई तो लालच करेगा ही. Like if you one day come up कि I'll sell strawberries at 12 rupees instead of 10 rupees, तो आपके पास लोग ही नहीं आएंगे, सब वो 10 वाले पे चले जाएंगे, या फिर 10 वाला सोचेगा कि मैं उसको 8 पे बेच दूं तो मेरे पास सारे लोग आ जाएंगे, तो वो he'll run out of stock and then वापस इक्विलिब्रियम बैलेंस करने के लिए लोगों को 10 पे आना पड़ेगा. तो इन परफेक्ट कंपटीशन देयर इज नो स्कोप ऑफ लाइक अप्स एंड डाउन्स. इट्स परफेक्टली लाइक बैलेंस्ड एंड यू आर प्राइस टेकर्स इन दैट सिचुएशन. सो एक ये कॉन्सेप्ट होता है कि प्राइस मेकर्स होते हैं, प्राइस टेकर्स होता है. सो इन परफेक्ट कंपटीशन यू आर प्राइस टेकर, मार्केट डिटरमाइंस द प्राइस. यू मतलब इसमें हम कस्टमर्स, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में हम कस्टमर डिसाइड करते हैं कि हमें कौन सा प्राइस पे करना है. मोनोपोली में कंपनी डिसाइड करती है कि हमें कौन सा प्राइस पे करवाना है हमारे कस्टमर्स से. So that is the difference. And then there is monopolistic competition in which the products are differentiated and the product there even the producers are many. So वो तो हमारे like random market में भी होता है कि phone में there are Samsung, then there is Apple, then there is a lot of things, Oppo, Vivo, everyone. So that is a monopolistic competition. कि the products are also differentiated and the producers are also many. So वो तो सबका independent ही रहता है, फिर वो सबकी अपनी independent pricing scheme होती है based on their product quality, because फिर तब cases में quality matters, the features matters, तुम्हारे price range, तुम्हारी choices also matters in that scenario. So that is the market structure that goes on overall. Yeah. Moving forward with unit economics. So in unit economics, it is yet again a very important concept in cases when you want to start your own business. So what do you analyze? Let's suppose आज उठ के तुम्हें अपना business start करना है, या if you are a business owner, तो एक business owner determine कैसे करता है कि मैं क्या ये business continue करूँ? Is my business profitable? Is my business sustainable? Am I doing the right thing? तो हाउ डू यू डिसाइड ओवरऑल एज ए बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव? तो तुम यही मैप करते हो ना कि मैं आज एक कस्टमर पे जो आज की मेरी कस्टमर की वैल्यू कितनी है, मतलब मैं कितना प्रॉफिट कमा रही हूँ बेस्ड ऑन मैं कितना कॉस्ट खर्च कर रही हूँ. एंड फिर तुम उसको यूनिट लेवल पे लेके जाते हो. एक ब्रॉडर पर्सपेक्टिव होता है, जो ओवरऑल पर्सपेक्टिव होगा कि मेरे को कितना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, कितना लॉस हो रहा है. और अगर तुम उसको माइन्यूट लेवल पे लेके जाओगे देन देयर इज दिस थॉट प्रोसेस कि मेरे को एक कस्टमर कितना सेल दे रहा है. तो उसको जब तुम एक से रिलेट करते हो, यूनिट इन इटसेल्फ मींस वन. सो यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स में तुम एनालाइज करते हो पर कस्टमर पर यूनिट बेसिस पे कि मुझे पर कस्टमर कितना फायदा हो रहा है, मुझे पर प्रोडक्ट कितना फायदा हो रहा है. एंड तुम फिर डिसाइड करते हो कि इज माई बिजनेस इवन गुड, इज माई बिजनेस इवन सस्टेनेबल. तो दैट इज हाउ यू डील विथ यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स. तो दिस ग्राफ्स ऑल्सो शो कि एक एक इनिशियल ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट होता है. ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट क्या होता है कि तुमने कितना इन्वेस्ट कर दिया इस बिजनेस पे, मतलब अब तक तुमने प्रॉफिट स्टार्ट नहीं किया है, अब तक तुमने अर्निंग स्टार्ट नहीं किया है. हर बिजनेस को स्टार्ट करने के लिए तुम्हें कुछ कैपिटल चाहिए, तो तुम कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करते हो. और वो कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद तुम्हारा फर्स्ट एम क्या होता है कि मैंने जितना कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट किया है उतना तो एटलीस्ट मुझे वापस मिल जाए, so that I am not in loss. If I'm investing 100 rupees, so I at least bare minimum itna to I want, right? Ki I get my 100 rupees back and plus I earn something above it. Like I am able to earn something out of it. Then only my business is profitable and sustainable. If I invest 100 rupees and I get back 80 or 70 rupees, then my business is a loss making business. I would not want to do that business. So the break even point is the amount of money that you initially invested and you want that, and the initial investment is related to customer acquisition cost, CAC. That initial investment is termed the amount of money that you are investing very initially to acquire at least one some customers for it. And the point when you acquire customer is the acquisition point, and post that, like, this phase is the acquisition phase. Post that, the customer will pay you something for it. Once you acquire one customer, the customer will pay you for your services. Then the graph goes uphill. Okay, now the customer has started paying you. Then your task is कि वो customer retention में रहे. The customer is there on your platform. He is in retain, like he still uses your platform. कोई replace नहीं कर रहा है वो customer को आके, customer को कुछ लेके नहीं जा रहा है. तो your job is to also ensure कि first मैं acquire करूँ customer को, and then I also ensure कि मेरा customer retention में है. So that is the retention point. And then it goes uphill. Then there's this break even point wherein तुमने जितना अमाउंट इन्वेस्ट करा था उतना तुम अपने कस्टमर से कमा पाए. एंड उसके बाद तुमने मतलब एक ब्रेक इवन लाया कि एटलीस्ट मैंने 100 रुपीज पुट इन करे थे इस बिजनेस में एंड आई एम गेटिंग बैक माई 100 रुपीज. So that is the break even point. And post that point, whatever money you earn is your profit. So that is how you deal with unit economics overall. So you go to a very unit level and you understand कि how does it cost to me to acquire one customer? What is the customer lifetime value? How do I get my customer in retention? So that is how the entire concept of unit economics work. Yeah. Moving forward, money and finance. So सबने लाइक मनी तो इस दुनिया में इट्स लाइक अ वेरी क्रूशियल थिंग. सबको हर जगह कहीं ना कहीं सबका यही होता है टू अर्न मोर मनी टू लिव अ वेरी गुड लाइफस्टाइल एंड एवरीथिंग टू बी पीसफुल टू बी हैप्पी, राइट? तो उधर से ही मनी एंड फाइनेंस का रिलेशन ड्रॉ होता है. व्हाई मनी एंड फाइनेंस आर रिलेटेड ओवरऑल? तो इफ वी स्टेप इनटू अर्लियर सिस्टम, कि पुराने जमाने में क्या होता था कि लोग बार्टर सिस्टम करते थे कि इफ आई एम अ डेंटिस्ट, लेट्स इफ आई एम अ बुक शॉप ओनर एंड यू आर अ वेजिटेबल ओनर, तो वी बार्टर थिंग्स कि यू टेक माई बुक्स, यू गिव मी फ्रूट्स. सो बट ये कब लाइक ये अर्लियर सिस्टम का सिनेरियो था. So that was the barter system scenario wherein people like trade off their goods with each other and get their purposes sought. But इसमें there is a very big loophole कि डबल कोइंसिडेंस ऑफ बॉन्ड्स होना चाहिए. लाइक अपने बहुत इनिशियली आई गेस 10th 11th में सबने पढ़ा होगा. मैंने पढ़ा था. आई वाज इन सीबीएसई बोर्ड. सो वी हैड दिस इकोनॉमिक्स में ये कॉन्सेप्ट इटसेल्फ कि बार्टर सिस्टम वाला पूरा चीज आता था कि डबल कोइंसिडेंस ऑफ बॉन्ड्स होने चाहिए थे कि अगर सामने वाले को बनाना चाहिए होंगे तभी आई सेल माई बुक. आई कैन नॉट सेल माई बुक टू अ पर्सन हु डज नॉट नीड, in case I don't need a banana, I might need something else. So फिर उसमें पूरा एक loophole में लोग फंस जाते थे. So that was the earlier barter system and that is where the need of money arised. Okay, we need something that is more standard as a medium of exchange, something that can unit of like that can act as a unit of account कि हाँ एक relative measurement कर पाए हम चीजों का and हम उसको store भी कर पाए. If you give me bananas, that will go on for like only one week, say 5 to 6 days, but I might need something to be stored for a longer time. So that that is where the entire need of money arised. And today money has evolved from physical to cash, and today so the entire form of money has changed. We all might deal in UPIs, we have credit cards, we have cryptocurrencies, we have different things now that are associated with money. So that is a correlation how money started initially and how it has evolved overall. So the correlation entirely exists on the base of that. Yeah. Moving forward, now that you have money, तो अब इसी के बाद this all entire thing of financial markets started कि मनी तो है लोगों के पास बट अब लोगों को इन्वेस्ट करना है, लोगों को एक्सप्लोर करना है मनी को. एंड प्लस ये भी तो है कि देर आर बिजनेसेस दैट नीड मनी, देर आर पीपल जिनके पास पैसे है एंड देर आर पीपल जिनके पास पैसे नहीं है. तो उनका कोरिलेशन बिठाना है. हाउ डू यू लिंक देम, बायर्स सेलर्स. तो पूरा एक एंटायर इकोसिस्टम उस चीज से बिल्ड हुआ फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स का कि जहाँ पे लोगों के म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट पे चीजें एक्सचेंज हो रही है, लोग ग्रो कर पा रहे हैं. नहीं तो अगर सबके पैसे सबके पास ही खुद के पास ही रहने लगे, लेट्स सपोज आई डोंट हैव एन आइडिया बट आई हैव मनी एंड यू ऑल हैव एन आइडिया, you all have money but don't have an idea, so we can trade off with each other, we can build something together. So, pura entire ecosystem started with this thought process. So, financial markets are an important part of the economy as they match buyers and sellers to promote investment activity. Because of broader potential, systematic risks in these types of markets, they can be highly regulated. So, ये भी है कि इसमें गवर्नमेंट इंटरवेंशंस भी आते हैं. इन इंडिया वी हैव बीएससी एनएससी. ये सब क्यों है? बिकॉज ये सब चीजें काइंड ऑफ रिस्की भी होती है, तो इसलिए गवर्नमेंट का स्ट्रक्चर भी बना है इस पे पूरा. And now we have an whole established system in place and काफी बड़ा economy है this in itself. So that is what is financial markets. And financial markets में भी चार major, there are a lot of types, there are a lot types of markets. मैंने तो बस चार ही list करा है, but there are many चार major ones that I have listed. So first it's stock markets. I have to explain this. सबको पता ही होगा कि we have this whole stock market का चीज लोग invest करते हैं. Hello, sorry for the glitch, guys. Am I audible and visible, right? Yeah, just a second. Yeah, yeah. Is my screen visible? Yeah. So moving on, stock markets, as I was mentioning, कि stock markets is something जहाँ पे a lot of like there are companies that want funds and you as commoners you invest in that company. You potentially like take a share of it. You are stakeholders there, and then उस company को profit होता है तो you are given a part of that profit. So that is one financial market system, stock market. Then there is bond market. Bond market offers opportunities for companies and the government to secure money to finance a project or investment. In a bond market, investors buy bonds from a company and the company returns the amount of bonds with an agreed period plus band. So bond market may like you buy bonds. ऐसे there are like written agreements जो collateral होता है तो उसके तुम्हें वो मिलता है and then you share that thing with each other. So that is one other type of market. Then there is commodities market. Commodities market में पैसों से डील नहीं करते, बॉन्ड से डील नहीं करते. You deal with commodities के वो मतलब सिमिलर बाटर सिस्टम जैसा ही है बट थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट फॉर्म है कि तुम अपने नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज तुम कॉर्न जो इम्पोर्टेंट एसेंशियल्स होते हैं कॉर्न ऑयल गोल्ड गोल्ड में लोग शेयर करते हैं कि मैं अपने गोल्ड को गिरवी रख रही हूँ तो दैट इज कमोडिटी दैट आई एम लाइक exchanging getting like that I'm putting on a stake to get something. So that is how commodities market work. And then there's derivatives market. It's also a very interesting concept. जिसमें assets trade होते हैं, market value of asset पे चीजें trade होती हैं. And this is an entire research in itself. मतलब इन चारों market का deep dive research भी है बहुत अच्छा. So you have if you are interested, you can like look out for it, see how they work, and it's a very interesting concept. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with all of you for Economics Week. And now that all of you know, okay, this was the Winter Consulting ka week 4 and we are officially done with the content part of it. How did you like Winter Consulting? Was it a meaningful course for all of you? Did you enjoy doing Winter Consulting? Anything that you want to let us know, doubts, feedbacks, suggestions, कुछ भी that you want us to know?
Like
कि
it
this
was
could have been.
definitely a very good course. I'm doing MBA and seeing you guys do it. So I kind of, took inspiration from you guys, how much effort you have put in. And it is very well structured and easy to understand, even if somebody is not from the similar background. So I really enjoyed and learned a lot from this program.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. And that is what the entire our like purpose had been ke, to benefit more and more people as we can. So we have initiatives like this so that we also get a chance. It's plus a win-win situation. Ki we also get a chance and exposure to interact with people from different cohorts, different backgrounds. So yes. Anything else? Koi feedback that this could have been better and you guys could have like capstone project, just one update that I want all of you to know ki the capstone project will be released tomorrow and capstone project will be based out of everything that you have learned from the entire 4 weeks. We have three PSS. We'll try to like bring three problem statements so that you have an option कि तुम्हें जो concept पे ज़्यादा अच्छा structuring बैठाना है because capstone project का one more purpose is to give you a very good project out of it, out of the winter consulting. तो जिस project का problem statement you feel, जिसका problem you feel like solving the most, you can pick up that problem statement. You can build your project out of it, and that will be evaluated by us. And also, जिनका assessment miss हुआ हो, assignments miss हुए वो, don't worry. To be very honest, assignments are a part of your check, like part of us to know कि तुम लोग कर रहे हो. but our major focus will be on caption project. So even if you miss assignments, it's not a very big of a problem, as released earlier as well, कि 40% like 10% for each assignment and 60% is of caption project. क्योंकि caption project is something जो तुम खुद करोगे, तो that is again a very essential part for us to judge. तो वो वाली चीज अलग ही रहेगी पूरी, तो उसका अच्छे से लाइक उसको आप अच्छे से कंप्लीट करना, सो दैट यू गेट द मैक्सिमम आउट ऑफ दैट। तो सर्टिफिकेशन क्राइटेरिया वगैरह भी सब उस पे ही ज्यादा डिपेंड करेंगे। एंड हमने जो बोनस प्रोजेक्ट निकाला था टैबल्यू वाला, दैट वाज आल्सो टू गिव यू अ चांस कि अगर इनकेस तुम्हारा असाइनमेंट मिस हुआ हो एट ऑल एंड यू फील लाइक डूइंग इट, तो तुम सबमिट करके वो कंप्लीट कर सकते हो। So that is one thing about capstone. So capstone will be released and will be sent to all of you by mail and on Discord. So Anushka deadline will be 4th of January. We'll share the link and everything in much detail with the form that will be shared. Post that anything that you want to ask or any queries. The course and recordings 1 more week. Like yeah, the course, Nija, the course will be there. Like the entire course will be there for this entire year till the next winter consulting starts. It will be there. But it's just that key to get in order for like this time so that all of us are active at the same time to give release certificates as well for it. So you can see the course every time, anytime that you want. And the recordings, yeah, you will get, Naveen, all of the recordings have already been shared and it's also on the Winter Consulting dashboard. So the Winter Consulting dashboard has a live section, less session section. I'll show it to you just a second. So, so the course dashboard, if you can see on the screen, just a second. The course dashboard has a live session section, like live session ka proper section hai. So all of the sessions that we took, we'll also update the week 3 and week 4 ke sessions here itself. So along with everything, unke links are there for all the sessions. So it goes on like this. So you will get the recordings. Thank you, Nija. Niharika, yeah, this was the last. We had 4 sessions. So now that winter consulting will get over, we'll have like speaker sessions by CNA. And we also have like our case competition. And I really appreciate if you guys have like want to explore the concepts in hand. We have a case competition that is coming up on like, but all like some of the registrations are done. But if you guys are shortlisted for round 2, do give it to your best shot. Pawan, the structure of a caption project will be mentioned very properly in the deliverables part. तो उसी में ही as per the project like that we'll ensure कि सारे concepts का अच्छा project बने. तो उसके लिए we have like 3 proper project structures जो रहेंगे that will be there very like in a very explainable manner in the problem statement itself. Anything else that you want to ask? Om, you can unmute and speak.
Hi Pranjal. So the like course
Hi.
was very good and like live session was also good. So I just wanted to ask like can we get the assignment questions like I have missed all 3 assignments previously. So can we get
Okay.
that?
Yeah, sure. That will not be a problem. I'll compile of the all. We already have the question bank, so we'll share that with all the participants if you all want it.
Okay, thank you. Baki, like could you please more explain more about the capstone project you are saying in this session?
Okay, so as I already mentioned, कि caption project में 3 project tracks रहेंगे. So 3 project tracks में 3 different problem statements will be given to all of you. You can pick any one problem statement that you feel like solving. एंड उस पे प्रॉपर डिलीवरेबल्स होंगे, हर प्रॉब्लम्स के अलग डिलीवरेबल्स होंगे, लाइक वील इंश्योर कि कोई ऐसे एक थोड़ा सा एसक्यूएल ओरिएंटेड टैबल्यू ओरिएंटेड प्रोजेक्ट हो, एक प्रॉपर कंसल्टिंग प्रोडक्ट थिंकिंग वाला प्रोजेक्ट हो, ऐसे सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्रैक्स हम पिक करेंगे. सो जिसमें तुम्हें ज्यादा इंक्लिनेशन हो तुम वो प्रोजेक्ट पिक कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन कंप्लीट दैट प्रोजेक्ट. एंड उसका सबमिशन डेडलाइन विल बी 4th of January, दैट यू विल हैव टू सबमिट इट विद इन दैट टाइम. एंड Yeah, उसके हिसाब से you'll be graded. So the weightage is 60% of caption project has a 60% weightage. तो उस according अच्छे से prepare करना that project because that will ensure आपका major certification का tier in particular. Does that answer your question, Om?
Yeah, but I just wanted to ask one more thing. Like, as you mentioned, there is a tier system in certificates. So could you please
Yeah.
explain that?
So there are three tiers. There's Certificate of Excellence, Certificate of Merit, and Certificate of Participation. So excellence, just to be sure, excellence and merit, हम लोग there are the first year will be for top 10 percentile. So आप सबके scores को हम rank करेंगे. सबके scores वगैरह rank होंगे उसमें जितने लोग top 10 percentiles में होंगे, they will receive Certificate of Excellence. उसके बाद सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ मेरिट फॉर द नेक्स्ट रिमेनिंग परसेंटाइल दैट विल डिसाइड लाइक टॉप 20 अराउंड टॉप 20 टॉप 30 अराउंड परसेंटाइल को उसमें रैंकिंग मिलेगी एंड देन द रिमेनिंग वंस विल रिसीव सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ पार्टिसिपेशन. डज
Okay,
दैट
thank you.
आंसर योर? हाँ.
My
द
question
सर्टिन
was, my
यस यस
question was
आर्यन.
how are we gonna submit the our assignments? मतलब,
The caption project assignment का proper drive link submission Google Forms will be released and उस पे you will have to submit the project.
all right. Okay, all right.
Uh, yeah.
Do we have to make some
The
presentation also before on the project?
It will be a presentation only, but it's not that you'll be presenting it. तुम लोग हम लोग को हमें presentations share कर दोगे जो whatever you prepare, like it can be a report, it can be a presentation that will depend on the project that you are working on. तो उस
Yes.
हिसाब से like it will either be a PPT or a report or a Tableau का proper dashboard, whatever that is. तो उसका submission हम ले लेंगे and वही हम analyze कर लेंगे. You will not be presenting it in person,
All right.
online or yeah.
Thanks.
Vedi, answering to your question, fourth ko you guys will submit your capstone, right? तो उसके बाद at least 1 week we'll need to evaluate your submissions, all of your submissions, and post that you can expect like 2 to 3 weeks post winter consulting. तो मतलब by January and you will receive the certificates for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so can we attempt? No, the assignment time was strict only, so the missed assignments cannot be attempted. But don't worry, as I already mentioned, K, it's all right if you haven't attended. You can always cover it up with capstone project. Um, Kashler, the winter consulting course is more sort of a learning program or a cohort. So, like considering it as an internship would be a little vague. You can consider it as a cohort that you were part of, or something like you can post about it as a learning course that you took up. So you have Coursera courses, right? We take up Coursera courses as a certificate. It's a certification course again. So you can mention that you are certified in this skills and you have completed it through course that is winter consulting. So you can mention it in that way as well.
Okay, Pranjal, I have some sort of question. May I ask?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, previously you mentioned that in capstone project we make a group of people, so we collaboratively make the project. Yeah, that was totally individual based.
It's individual. It will be entirely individual based project.
Okay, previously I make the dashboard project that Tableau form. I submitted that.
Hmm. Okay.
So is it? Yeah, that's give me some sort of extra mark. I
Yeah,
also
that was a
completed I also completed the all three assignments previously.
yeah, Shubham. So that was the target project was a bonus project. So that will earn you bonus marks, and the assignments will be considered separately as 10% weightage for each assignment. उसके अलावा you have this caption project जिसका 60% weightage है for the entire grading.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else has any doubt? And I really hope you, kuch bhi doubt hai, you can just ask it right now so that like text se better you can ask me in person. And उसके अलावा भी कुछ doubts है तो I'll be active on Discord as well. So Discord पे तो we'll be answering. You can reach out to us via LinkedIn or mail. If there is a SQL project, then I can do it in Power BI. Yeah, yeah, sure. Anything else that you want to ask? Overall feedbacks, do share like overall your experience, जो भी तुम्हें लगा about the course. That will be really appreciated. And I hope all of you had like a good like overall 1 month span with winter consulting, and I hope all of you enjoyed it well. And yeah, we are wrapping up the year and we are wrapping up the course as well. So I wish you all a very happy new year. I guess we will not be interacting in person iske baad. So wish you all a very happy new year and a Merry Christmas that went. And wishing you all the best for any endeavor that you take up. It was really fun hosting all of you and interacting with all of you and organizing this course. Looking forward to more such things in future. See you.
Hello.